Hello and welcome. This is Human Reaction, your cool channel talking to you about yourself and about your body. My name is Leon van den Berg. I'm an Alexander technique teacher and a somatic practitioner in South Africa, and I work with people's bodies and their responding patterns and help them to untangle them in order to experience a more clear and accurate representation of what the world is around them. Today's video is titled Enhancing Your Consciousness by Developing Somatic Intelligence. Consider three ideas. You can change your conscious state. It's like a psychological state of being. You can change your consciousness state. You can go under anesthetic and you have lots of beer, and you will find that your conscious state changes to somewhat of a drunken state. That is a change in consciousness. You can go and sit in a corner and meditate for 5 hours, and on the other side of it, you may find yourself in a different conscious state. It's the same with exercise, taking medication, fiddling with any kind of chemical thing there, which is eating a piece of chocolate cake. All of that changes your state of consciousness or your experience of consciousness, and those are very nice. It's very nice to go from here and then go from here, especially if the experience goes into a better place. That's very nice. Enhancing consciousness is a little bit of a different idea. Clarifying consciousness itself. It's not making it more, it's making it more clear. Sure, you want to be aware that someone's just coming with a grumpy face, but you can be even more aware of stuff. So somatic intelligence is this wonderful skill of clarifying your consciousness. So you're not only going to be aware of a guy walking in there, but you're going to be aware of your own response to him, which are unconscious reactions. And if you untangle those, you just have more knowledge and clarity, not just of yourself, but you can see and experience people in a more clear way. How do we do that? It is always done through the body, because the body has a whole complicated, wonderful organization that actually underpins the structures and conceptualizations we have in our mind, like even the words. The word love or the word angry is a description of an experience. So the experience is more fundamental than the word. But if the word is accurately coupled with the experience, then you get the essence of the word. It's not just some word flying up in the sky. It is an actual living reality. So clarifying and clearing and enhancing your consciousness, you are able to engage more clearly with the reality of your situation. It's difficult to talk about these things, but I think it's very important, because we're sitting in a world where we all want to have love. We want the whole world to be in a place of love. We want people to forgive each other. We want things to be abundant. We want things to be prosperous. We want to be kind to one another, but we have all the stuff that's kind of holding us back. You are being structured through your body, and it upholds the ideas and the concepts that you have in your mind. So if you deconstruct this, you can become more aware of the reality that is yourself, and you become more aware of the reality that is other people. Two things you can be in your body is you can have less intelligence, which means you get swept away a little bit that way, a little bit that way. It doesn't really matter. Whatever's strongest is going to take hold of you. And then you have being too constrained, which means you have incapacity to see and perceive something that's maybe different from how you would want to see it. The clear mirror reflection of reality is mostly different from how we experience it. Therefore, the process of refining it and clearing our experience of this world is very necessary, because you don't want to live a lie, and the truth sets you free, and reality is actually a thing. As much as we can play with it, it is also very much real that you are watching this video. I mean, unless you are not, of course, then you aren't. So we start at the very beginning, a very good place to start, which is you and your body. Now, at the top of your spine, you have a connection between your skull. And the first kind of thing that we do to warp the reality on the outside, because we can't handle it, is to shut it down a little. So we constrain it. We hold our breath and we shut down our nervous system that's coming in. The nervous system presents the world as it is, and we can't handle it because we have hereditary conceptualizations, or we have present moment conceptualizations that can't take in this information from the outside, so we close it down. So we don't want to do that. You want to be quiet enough to be able to notice when it is that you inhibit your capacity to take in the world around you. Then you allow your head to sit, carry on sitting forward and up off of your spine as it naturally is intended to do, and you want to carry on lengthening and widening your back. So maintaining this intelligence in your body, you maintain a more accurate relationship with the world around you. And you will notice as soon as the body is doing things, it is your unconscious response to the world, either a lack of being able to actually house the reality that you are experiencing, or you just have not yet grown to house it. And I think mostly that is the case. We just have not yet fully fleshed ourselves into such an open, spacious place to live in the real, clear reflection of what's coming at us. So you don't want to shut out the pain. You want to stay inside the story. It is beneficial to have faith in something that is good. So unless you have that, it's very hard to stay conscious and open, especially when life gets very difficult. Sometimes it's good to stay open and realize that what you're dealing with is so terrible that you will find a way out of it. A bit like being, just in a bad situation in your life. It's good to experience the full reality of it and not shy away from it so that you can react to it and respond to it and make a way through out of it. But shutting down a refined consciousness is not as exciting because you're not living then. You are living a little bit shrouded. Shrouded. So when people walk out in the bright sunlight, they put on sunglasses. That's the same as drinking. I'm not saying that if you're out in the sun, you mustn't put on sunglasses, but you must just have an understanding of the fact that anything that's closing the real experience is because it's too hard to handle. So you have to ask yourself, is today Friday? Can we just take it off? Can we just go have some drinks with our friends and have some fun? Then you must do that because it's good and it's healthy and it's not so bad. But if you are continually closing down because you have no faith in the thing and that there's some golden thread that can lead you through this, then you can consider working on your body and helping the body stay open so that you stay in your own reality of your life so that you can live a real life and have some satisfaction at the end of the day. Enhancing consciousness is staying inside the reality of the moment. That is as heightened consciousness as you can possibly get. Because there's an enormous amount of stimulus and information coming at the nervous system in groups of people, in an activity, in a very difficult work situation, in the political madness that we're in. There's so much information, and if as we all probably mostly don't do, is we can't house all of that in information. We can't house all of that reality, and so then we have actually no way through it. But it will be the people that can house those realities and stay in it and let the reality of it be there and then find a way through that is good and kind and gentle and real, that we can make a real genuine shift in things. But the closing down and saying this, the outside must change without you even being able to handle the whole situation, that's not going to happen. So it'll be through the people that can stand inside it and let it be as it is that can then make the change. It's very similar to the principles of somatic work. We don't really look at ourselves and then shun it and then change. We stop, we stay in the mess and in the disorganization or the noise, and you just stay and you wait and you wait. And inside that connection with reality, you make the change. You can make the change. You can say, I'm going to let my neck be free. You can say, I'm going to allow my head to go forward and up. You can say that you're going to sustain your back, staying back, lengthening and widening. But you can't skirt around it and, quickly just go distract yourself and find a way through some other way. There's only one way through the door, and it's through the door, which is through the real moment and the real accurate reception of the information coming at you. That is why most practices are in a quiet room with a bunch of nice, kind people so that you can feel safe. Can't go out, and face some rhinoceros and say, I'm going to just stand here and breathe it out and not be scared. I'm quite shy publicly. I can't go stand on the stage and start singing. It's hard for me to maintain the intelligence in that space. But if I don't develop it here, at least in my little life, then it can never go to the next point or to the next point or to the next point. So the nice thing is we don't have to jump to the end. We just start here. And if we can do it here, then we can go out into our world and we can do it with a difficult conversation with a friend and so forth and so forth. But you got to start with yourself right there. I work one on one with people. I help them see their own reactions and basically subconscious body integration pattern, which is habitual. And each individual person has their own one. And I enjoy helping people untangle that. But it's basically got to do with your head, neck, and back relationship and becoming aware of how that is, and then learning to guide and rearrange it yourself through some practice and some dedication and some courage and patience and humility. Thank you very much for listening. Please have a good day and see you again next time.